Alright, here is the video review for Fans Hobby MB-15A Power Commander, aka a repaint, the Power Links repaint of Naval Commander. And it's essentially the same figure in different colors as many repaints are. There's nothing majorly new here to get excited about. I mean, like, unless you like the color scheme. Like, it's still a fantastic figure. There's nothing new in addition to the original figure. And as such, we'll show off all the modes, but we're not going to go through the whole transformation on camera. It's involved, and I don't want to do it for something that we've already seen. But here he is in truck mode, and you've got the same as before, kind of rubbery wheels. You got the rolling treads. The gun store's back here. The connector can pivot. He's got little firing missile launchers, which again fire these little missiles, which are really neat because the spring mechanism is actually included inside each missile. There's a spring inside here, and you can see the little grayish piece, I think, inside there. That a pin here pushes the spring and collapses the spring, so when you push it, it's just letting that spring within the missile launch it. They do launch pretty well. I'm stopping it so they don't go flying off my review table and across the kitchen. But yeah, there he is in vehicle mode. Inside, I think it's this one. Nope, I chose the wrong one. It was a 50-50 shot, and I missed it. He does also come with a golden version of the powered robot. Little spark plug in there. These can also open up to become missile launchers. We'll show some of those off in the larger modes. But yeah, there they are in vehicle mode. You also get, in the package, you get the instruction manual, a little bio card, as you would expect, some pictures on the back. And then a little pouch that has clear eyes for the super robot. He does have LEDs. I didn't put the batteries in this one. I don't have an extra set right now. I didn't want to take them out of Naval Commander. But clear eyes, if you prefer those, although he does come with painted red eyes, kind of a metallic red that do glow just like the originals do when a battery's put in it. So you don't need the clear eyes, but if you want a brighter LED effect, you can put those in. You also get a small pouch with the red, more traditional ear head fins. I'm leaving the angular ones that come installed on this one to further differentiate them from Naval Commander on my shelf, who I did put these little pipe ears on. There's also a faceplate here. This is the silver one that came, the silver one with red eyes that came attached to the figure itself. There's a red faceplate that I prefer for the smaller robot that I went ahead and swapped out. It's just a matter of, you can see it's just a couple little peg holes there. It's just a matter of popping it off. Getting your fingernail under there can be a little bit of a pain. You may want to use a small prying tool, but you just pop the faceplate off, pop the new one on. You don't have to remove the head or unscrew the head to change the faceplate on the smaller robot. And here's the base mode, which is very difficult to get all of it on camera with where the tripod fits on this table, and we'll pan out and we'll show it all off. But he's got the gun up here, the support stands. These can attach either down here on these things as little vehicle holders or up here. They kind of latch onto this arm and hold it in place. You got these little extendable cannon, rotating cannons here that become the robot knees. A spark plug can hang around there in both robot and vehicle mode. The missiles still fire back here on the back. We'll come in. There's an extendable base mode. There's an extended truck mode too. That's basically just folding these panels out of the rear of the truck. That I'm not going to go over here. It's basically truck mode with the butt exploded. But yeah, cool little base mode. You can have the core robot stand up here and stand up here in the trailer and fire the cannon. He's catching somewhere. I'm not sure where, but we'll get him in there. But you have him in there and fire the cannon. And here's base mode. We'll go ahead and move that off to the side a little bit and focus on the core robot here. And here's what I was talking about. This one has a red faceplate with gold eyes. The one that comes installed is a silver faceplate with red eyes here in the baggie. No, it's not, the lights are reflecting off of it too much, but I prefer this look. I like it. It changes his face up a little bit more from your standard Optimus Prime look, and the red matches the rest of the red all over the figure, so I went ahead and swapped that in. I think that may actually be what the original repaint did too. I never owned the original Power Links repaint because I own the original Armada Prime and never bought the repaints of it. So I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. He's got the But he's got a ball jointed head, ratchety like ball joints there in the shoulders and the wheel there. You can kind of see it right there, as well as the ratchet here. Really nice posable arms. You pop his chest open. He's got a little matrix that can pop out of here. It's a little difficult. There's a little tab here that I had my fingernail under, and now I can't seem to get. There we go. But it's got a little jewel in it. It just snaps back into place there. And this piece snaps back in. There is some articulation here. You can unlock there's some panels here that, again, some of the panels on this, like these panels and the panels to lock his arms in place in combine mode, can be a little difficult to get with standard human fingernails. Well, we'll worry about that. We can unlock that for waist articulation. He's got ratcheting hips in both directions, knees, thigh swivel, ankle tilt, toe tilt, and some decent posability down there. You can move his kneecap out of the way too. But a nice little core robot. Little hip skirts out of the way. I do wish this piece didn't just hang out like a flat back here, but it is what it is. But neat colors. Like I said, I really do like the red faceplate. I think it pops more than the silver. And the gold eyes are really nice on the core robot. You can also hold, like I said, you can fold these back up on the gun. You can also shorten it or extend it, your call. And also the same, this right here is a little button because the same, it's got the same kind of firing pin inside here, pin and latch. So if you want to use one of these included spring missiles in the gun, you can put that in there, it latches in, push the button, fires out. So you can use the missiles in this gun too. You only get 6. It would be nice if they get 7 so you could have them in everything all at once, but alas, no. Not the end of the world. If you wanted to, you could always pull some missiles out of the original as well. But yeah, he's got the little slot and groove on the handle, so you can open up his fingers. His hands are all one, well, actually his index finger is a separate piece, and then the other fingers are all one solid piece. You can have him hold a giant rifle here in robot mode. I think he also may have the tongue. He does actually have the tongue slot on the smaller pistols, or the exhaust thing. So if you want to have him hold one of those, you can also slide that into his, peg that to his hand. You can hold them as smaller pistols as well. But yeah, nice core robot. Let's get on to the big guy. And here is the big bad Mamma Jamma himself, all put together. We'll lift this up some here to show him off. But you can see he's big, he's huge, he's posable. Here he is with the Earthspark Megatron, just to give you an idea of how large he is. And also, since I still have him out here, here he is with Legacy Menasor. So, get him. So quite a big singular prime. Although Menasor is actually just a smidge taller, I think. The tip of Dravstrick to the tip of his head. But yeah, very large, very in charge. A cool repaint. You can see he's got the missile pods on his legs. You can close those. I do have a spark plug back in vehicle mode, and I think this one over here, we can find out. Open up the bottom. Well, now it's plugged in. I guess it can't because now it's on select. Whatever. You can store the vehicle in there. You can see. You can tell how I feel about him, and that he does already have a Toy Hacks label there on his chest. You can see he's got the angular fins for the updated design they've done, although he does come with the red pipe fins. And real quick, let me get... here he is with the original, the Naval Commander. And you can see Naval Commander has the pipe fins. Power Commander does come with a red version of those. But just to, like I said, just to give them a little bit more visual distinction from each other on the shelf, I thought I'd leave the angular fins on. He does have the LEDs. I don't have the batteries in here, but they do light up. You can see he's got painted red eyes. He's got painted red eyes, but they do... it's a little, maybe, I don't know how well that's coming up on camera, but the LEDs do shine through those painted eyes. Although, again, you don't get quite as bright of an effect as if you put the clear insert in. And you can do that when you take the head apart to put the fins on, because you do have to take this head apart to swap out the pieces, you can swap out that eyepiece as well. All in all, it's another solid figure from Fans Hobby. We'll go over articulation here real quick at the end. Also, they had some issues, I know, with the Naval Commander with some of these hinges cracking. They seem to have cracked that code. They sent out replacement parts for the original Naval Commander that I've had no problem with since. And I didn't run into any scary issues getting this all put together here on Powered Commander. So I feel like they've gotten that figured out. He has all the Power Links ports up here and stuff that you can attach both the current little figure that comes with him as well as original mini-cons from Armada. But he's got the ball joint at the neck. He's got ratcheting arms, shoulders, bicep swivel, hinged elbows. He's got individually articulated fingers at every knuckle. Here, wrist swivel. He does have the same tongue and groove mechanism in his hand to allow him to hold the rifle. He's got waist swivel here. You do have to kind of lift these pieces up out of the way on his back to get that waist swivel, but it's there. This piece even has a ratcheting ab crunch here. You want to be a little careful because it's easy to disconnect him, but he's actually got an ab crunch piece there at the waist, which is neat. These panels can get out of the way. They also swivel, but then you've got ratcheting hips in both directions. Bicep swivel, ratcheting knees, and then fully articulated toes, ankle tilt, and feet. Yeah, it's another solid Fans Hobby toy. I'm looking forward to their Double Dealer, I think, is their next release. A friend of mine actually said he just got a shipping notice for Double Dealer from Show Z store, so those should be hitting soon if you're out looking for them. But yeah, another nice release from Fans Hobby. Very cool. I'll have to find a place on the shelf. I have... My Naval Commander is actually on the shelf with their Meg Tyranno, their version of Armada Megatron, as well as the HasLab Unicron. They look fantastic together, as well as the original Armada Tidal Wave is the display shelf I have on top of my bookcase, and they look fantastic with each other. So we'll figure out where Power Commander is going to go. But there he is, MB-15A Power Commander from Fans Hobby.